This weekend's weather setup looks absolutely wild. A powerful storm system is gearing up to slam into the United States, and it's bringing the full winter arsenal: snow, wind, freezing temperatures, and everything in between. We're talking about the first legitimate snowfall of the season for parts of the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and even stretches of the Northeast. And as if that wasn't enough, some of the coldest air in over half a year is preparing to plunge deep into the nation. Yes, it's that serious. Let me break it all down, because the next 7 days are about to turn the entire weather pattern upside down. Right now, things are deceptively calm. A low-pressure system has been sliding out of New England, whipping up gusty winds, scattered showers, and even a possible tornado in Massachusetts last night. But overall, the East Coast is quieting down. The Southern Plains and Gulf Coast. Peaceful for now, that classic earlynovember.com before the storm. But glance westward, and the story changes fast. Clouds are thickening across the northern plains and over on the west coast. California is about to be slammed by a Pineapple Express setup, a surge of tropical Pacific, moisture streaming straight into the region. Expect torrential rain at lower elevations and fresh mountain snow, piling up across the Sierra Nevada over the next few days. Then comes the flip. By the weekend, everything east of the Rockies transforms. Temperatures, snowfall potential, it's the whole setup. It all shifts dramatically. Here's what's happening upstairs in the upper atmosphere right now. The jet stream is calm and zonal, a straight west to east flow. But by late week, a deep trough begins digging south out of Canada. That's our first punch of cold air sliding into the Midwest and Northeast. Nothing too extreme yet, just the opening act. But once the weekend arrives, it's game on, by the way. If you'd like a detailed forecast for your specific city or region, drop it in the comments, or respond individually as time allows. And if you're enjoying the updates, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It truly helps the channel grow. Now, back to the main event. A major storm system is projected to develop across the northern plains on Friday, sweeping through the Midwest and into the Ohio Valley by Saturday and Sunday. And with it comes the season's first widespread snow for millions. What makes this system so remarkable is the size and depth of the jet stream dip driving it. We're talking about one of the most dramatic troughs we've seen since last winter, a massive plunge that will funnel brutally cold Arctic air all the way from Canada to the Gulf Coast. You can literally see the contrast. Low pressure dominating the Midwest, high pressure baking the Southwest. A powerful atmospheric river of polar air surging south by Sunday and Monday. Brace yourselves. Daytime highs will crash into the teens and 20s up north, while even parts of the deep south will feel like it's January. Wind chills could drop into the 30s around Houston, with Florida's northern and central regions dipping into the 40s or even 30s. That's how far-reaching this cold blast will be. Next, week's temperature anomalies are jaw-dropping. The maps light up in shades of purple and pink, a sign of readings running 20 to 30 degrees, below average from the Dakotas through Texas and stretching east into the Carolinas. This will easily mark the coldest stretch of the last 6 months, and it's coming fast. And it's not just about the cold snow lovers. Get ready. Models are pointing toward multiple storm systems riding along that Arctic boundary through the Great Lakes. That means heavy lake effect snow potential. With the lakes still unfrozen and warm, the setup is primed for intense snow bands to fire from Lake Erie to Lake Ontario, possibly lasting several days. Here's how it unfolds. Mid to late week. A weak clipper system may dust the upper Midwest with light snow. But by Saturday and Sunday, the main event arrives, a robust low-pressure center diving from Wyoming into Iowa, then stretching through Missouri into the Ohio Valley. On the north and west flanks of that system, boom, the snow zone. We're keeping a close eye on South Dakota, Iowa, northern Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio as we head into the weekend, with a growing potential for accumulating snowfall across these regions. Now, depending on which forecast model you lean on, the outlook shifts quite a bit. The GFS model is especially bold. It paints a wide zone of snowfall, stretching from North Dakota through the Great Lakes, with 1 to 6 inches possible across areas like northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Meanwhile, the European model takes a more conservative stance. It keeps temperatures slightly warmer, focusing the bulk of the snow around the Great Lakes, where lake effect bands could still dump several inches, particularly south of Lake Erie. So yes, there's still some uncertainty here. Nothing's locked in just yet. But one thing is clear, the pattern is shifting. Winter is starting to reveal its hand, and get this, a few models are now suggesting below freezing temperatures plunging all the way into central Texas and Mississippi by Monday morning. That means frost could coat the grass in areas that haven't seen a true chill since early spring. When you mix that kind of Arctic air with the Pacific and Gulf moisture streams, you already know what comes next: snow and lots of it. We could be staring down the beginning of an early, widespread snow season, one that could kick off as soon as the first week of November and roll straight through March. Let's start with the Midwest and Great Lakes, where the winter bullseye seems to be forming. Chicago, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Detroit, get ready for a classic old-school winter. Minneapolis could rack up 60 to 75 inches of snow, well above average. Chicago may land between 55 and 65 inches by late February. Detroit could approach 50 inches total, and those lake-effect snow belts, they're going to be relentless. The western shores of Michigan, the snow corridors of Ohio, and upstate New York are primed for nonstop action. I wouldn't be surprised to see Buffalo and surrounding zones stack up 100 inches or more before winter's over. That's the kind of setup we're talking about. Now, shifting slightly south, the Ohio Valley and interior Northeast. Snow could show up earlier than usual this year. Cincinnati, Columbus, Pittsburgh, and even Louisville might see flakes flying by early November. By mid-December, it's going to feel like deep winter. Most areas here can expect 25 to 45 inches of total snowfall, with totals climbing the farther north you go. Pittsburgh could flirt with 50 inches, and some West Virginia mountain zones might exceed 60. Over in the Northeast, it's shaping up to be one of the snowiest winters in recent memory. Boston, Albany, Hartford, Syracuse. Brace yourselves. Boston could see 55 to 65 inches, maybe more if those coastal lows hug the shore. New York City looks set for 30 to 40 inches, well above last year's week totals. Philadelphia could end around 25 to 35 inches. Farther north, Burlington and Bangor may each pile up 80 to 90 inches, with the Green and White Mountains potentially breaking 100 inches. A cold, snow-loaded setup is taking aim at the entire Northeast corridor. Now, let's head west. The Rockies and Pacific Northwest are in for a monster snow season too. The jet stream looks hyperactive. It's pounding the west coast with storm after storm, each one reloading the mountain snowpack. Seattle and Portland could see more snow than usual, possibly a few solid city-level events. The Cascades? Expect 70 inches? In the Rockies, Denver could tally around 70 inches, Salt Lake City near 80. In high-elevation ski resorts, and eye-popping, it's 300 to 500 inches before March, and it doesn't stop there. The Southern Plains are joining the winter storyline too. Dallas, Oklahoma City, northern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, winter's coming for you. Expect several rounds of ice and snow between December and February. Dallas could total 3 to 6 inches, OKC near 10 to 15, Kansas City, possibly 30 inches. This won't be one of those winters where the cold stays bottled up north. It's going to spill south hard. Even places that rarely see snow, like Birmingham, Atlanta, and Nashville, could join the fun. Nashville might end up with 8 to 12 inches, double its normal tally. Atlanta could see a coating or two, maybe even a 2 to 4 inch event in January. And yes, keep an eye out for one of those classic Gulf storms that rides the coast and drops snow on cities that almost never see it. The Mid-Atlantic will also be fascinating this year. Washington, D.C. could see 20 inches or more. Baltimore, around 25. Richmond, roughly 10 to 15. Not record-breaking numbers, but far higher than recent years. If you'd like a personal forecast for your region or city, leave it in the comments below. It's completely free. I'll respond to as many as I can. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. This winter is about to make headlines. Thank you guys. See you next video.